going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 41 and the final episode of this season of West Ham Career Mode. And today we've got the last game of the year, a game against Newcastle after we were knocked out of the Champions League last episode. And we don't have any cup finals coming our way in the FA Cup either. But we did win the Premier League, and today we are just going to play this last game. And then we're going to jump in and take a look at how the squad's developed over the season and what we're going to do next season. Now, normally I put 2 days of West Ham and then 1 day of Bury. But my Xbox, my old Xbox, over the weekend died a couple days ago. The power cord went. It's the cube in there that really went. But I don't know how to recover that gamer tag. That gamer tag never had a gold account, never had any of that. I never wrote the information down, unfortunately, because it was just an account I used for the sake of having this extra thing there, and I didn't think about the idea. So I'm going to try and get that working again, just so I can get that account back. But until then, Bury will have to be on hold. But we're going to jump right on in. Newcastle here. Akanji is going to miss this final game, but it's not too big of a deal. Felipe Anderson's out, as is McKennie. Akanji's going to miss it too. So we got a couple of things to do here, but we are going to go ahead and jump on into this Newcastle game. Make a couple of changes. We had the game midweek. I simmed it, but they used the proper team, so we got a couple of changes here. Smalley Assar can bring on Yakuru in. Noble can come in for Declan Rice. Danny Olmo, right wing. We'll bring him onto the bench, and we'll go about it that way. So let's jump on into it. West Ham, Newcastle, final game of the year. Let's end on a good note. Nicely done. Nice little turn there. One more. Nicely done. And can we get off to an early start? We can. And it is. It's 2 minutes in. It's 1-0. And a lovely, lovely early start there. And off to a flyer. 1-0. It's nicely done. It's a lovely little move here. Good turn. That's a really good run. A great touch there. And he just fires it past the goalkeeper there. Ronaldo with the goal. He's going to play a pretty big part next season, I feel. And it is 1-0. Nice turn. One more. Has a hit, and it's a big block. I thought that might have found the back of the net for a moment. It's a good block, though. And it's come in, gets a header on, blocked away. We're going to go short this time round. Cano. He hooks it in. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. It's 2-0. It's Zakaria with the goal. And that was lovely stuff. Ronaldo just shifted outside, swung the ball in, and they lost Zakaria in the mix there. And he's just headed that right into the back of net, unmarked. Look at this. No one near him. Right till the end. It's a lovely header. It's 2-0. And a good last day we're having here. A nice farewell to the season. Nicely done. There's plenty of space here, and Onyekuru has done really, really well. It's Danny Olmo. Danny Olmo cuts back in, looking for a guy. He found him, and it's blocked away. It's come right back to Zakaria, who's all alone right in the front of the net. And it's 3-0. Zakaria with his second of the game. And while meaningless, it's a lovely performance we're putting on here. 20 minutes gone, and it's 3-0. And the commentator just said, what a strike on the volley. A bit much. All he had to do was touch it toward goal, but he did that. And the goalkeeper just missed it. Couldn't get to it. And it's 3-0. Lautaro Martinez. Nicely done. Arnautovic. Oh. Lautaro Martinez. One more. Finds Onyekuru. Cuts back in. Has a block. And is back in the net. We are so far in front of this Newcastle team. They are having a really hard time just keeping up. Onyekuru gets a little bit lucky after the block shot comes right back to him. But then he smashes it past the goalkeeper, and it's still the first half. It's 4-0, and Newcastle have given up on the season. We've won the season, obviously, by winning the league. And we are headed for one heck of a final game. Decent ball there. Comes back. Nicely found. One more. Has a smash, and it's in the back of the net. And Zakaria has a last day hat trick. Some decent goals in there as well. Well, the free header, that one's a good one at least. And then the one that fell to him right in front of the goal. But that's a really good finish, this one. Zakaria here. Blocked away to Zakaria and smashed right into that corner. Excuse me. Look at that. A lovely finish, and it's 5-0 here. Nice block. A really good one there. It's a lovely ball, too. Back out, Zakaria. And Zakaria finds Onyekuru. Holds on. Lovely finish. 6-0. And that's what happens when you break from midfield. You got to win the ball in there and break quickly. And Onyekuru's got the pace. Zakaria's got the vision. And it's a lovely finish there. Nicely done. Zakaria having an unbelievable game. Has an assist now. I'm not sure if he assisted any of the other goals. To be completely fair, he may have. But he's got an assist at least and 3 goals. An unbelievable performance from him. And Onyekuru adds to our tally. 6-0. Onyekuru getting away from his man. Onyekuru doing well. And he finds Ismaila Sarr. And Sarr cuts back. Has a smash. It's 7-0. And I never thought we'd outdo that Chelsea score at 8-0. But we might do it now. We might do it right now. It's 13 minutes. This is 7-0. And Newcastle obviously nowhere near good enough today. And we've been on fire. And we are looking to beat our biggest score ever. 7-0. We need 2 more. Nicely done. Zakaria is going to get there. Or Antonio is. Lautaro Martinez back inside. Back out. Lovely football. Can we get our 8th? We can. It's 8-0. And with 3 minutes to go, we have a chance of getting our record score here. It's 8-0. Freaking 8. We have said multiple times this season that we, at the end of this year, are changing the difficulty a little bit. Upping it just a bit. And as you can see why, it is 8-0, and we are carving Newcastle apart. It's the last day. They may have made a couple of changes and things like that, but the score is still pretty wild. And so we are going to change it for next season, just up the difficulty a little bit, and that may extend, depending on how much we up it, that may extend this series to 5 seasons instead of what looked like it was going to be 4. We obviously want to win the Champions League. We'd have to win it next year for it to end. We've won everything else, or we've won the league and the Carabao Cup. The Champions League would obviously be great. We haven't won the FA Cup yet. We've been knocked out of that rather early a few times, but it is what it is. A hat trick there for Zakaria. Let's take a look at the settings there. 2 shots all game there. A 10.0 for Zakaria, 9.6 on Onyekuru, 9.5 for Martinez. Even the center backs and the goalkeeper getting in on it. 9.6 for Reynaldo, 9.5 for Dani Olmo. Goals wise, 1 for Reynaldo, 2 for Onyekuru, 1 for Antonio, 3 for Zakaria, 1 for Ismaila Sarr. Very, very nice assists as well. 1 for Zakaria, 2 for Dani Olmo. Onyekuru, Lautaro Martinez gets 2. Lovely stuff. And that is the last game of the season. What we are going to do is take a look at how the squad is progressing, who we may move on, who we may hold on to, and what we may do next year. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Simulate our way through there. We're going to have to send some of these youngsters out on loan, except Cano, or the new Reynaldo. He's sticking around. Alright, so let's go to the squad hub, and see how everybody did this season. Stats: 59 appearances for Onana, and only 7 clean sheets. We got to work on that. We definitely got to work on that. Up to 85 overall, though. Had himself an assist as well. Etheridge, 7 appearances, 4 clean sheets. That's not too bad. He actually moved up 1 overall, despite being 30, which is good. Klosterman, 48 appearances, 2 assists, 7 clean sheets, up to 81 overall. He's coming along rather nicely. The backup, Aina, 18 appearances, an assist, and 4 clean sheets. He's up to 78 too. He's growing pretty well. He is only 23, of course. Issa Diop, who's been linked with United in real life. 46 appearances, 4 goals, 6 clean sheets, up to 83 overall, coming along nicely. Retsos, up to 79 overall, he's coming along as well. 24 appearances, 7 clean sheets. That's probably going to go up a little bit next year, I would think, depending on what happens. Reece Oxford, 10 appearances, 4 clean sheets, up 7 overall points. I didn't think he was going to grow this much, to be fair. But he is only 21, and it looks like he's sticking around a little bit with this growth continuing to go. Akanji, 51 appearances, an assist, 4 clean sheets, up to 85 overall, still only 24. Very, very nice. And our youngster, Carvajal, he's up to 60 overall. He was 46 apparently at one point. Grown 14 points. He is only 17, had an appearance as well. Angelino, 45 appearances, a goal, 2 assists. His goal was pretty great. Up to 82 overall. He's only 23, coming along nicely. Masuaku, who is going to be around for the rest of this, I believe. He is such a great player to have. He's physically great, got a lot of pace. Still only 26, 79 overall now. 27 appearances, a goal, and 2 assists, and 8 clean sheets. I believe that is the most clean sheets. And it looks like it is going to be the most clean sheets. Declan Rice, 47 appearances, 4 goals, 10 assists, and 7 clean sheets, up to 84 overall. Only 21. He's going to grow a little bit more as well. Very nice. McKennie, who I think he's going to play a little bit more next year. Up to 80 overall. 22 appearances, 4 goals, 3 assists. Coming along nicely. Pape Cech. He had 31 appearances. He played well the second half of the season, but I think if we get a really good bid, he may move on. It's just the way he feels in game. We're gonna hold on to him for now, but only let him go if a really big bid comes in and forces us to make a decision. He had 2 goals, 3 assists, and 31 appearances as well. Jack Wilshere, 36 appearances, 2 goals, and an assist. I thought those numbers would have been a little bit better. Someone had suggested it to me at one point with transfers. Forgot who. I don't have the name on me at the moment. One of our comments, our commenters down there. And thank you for the suggestion. It was a good suggestion. Pablo Fornals, who's just moved to Manchester United in real life. We're probably going to buy him up, get a little bit of more of a creative midfielder in, and maybe move Wilshere on. Those numbers don't scream great, and we kind of need a little bit more of a creative midfielder there, and he may be the one that's sacrificed, or Pape Cech, depending on what comes and what goes. But I do like having Cech at the moment. He did have a good second half of the season, so we'll see how that goes. But one of these two I feel will move on, and we are definitely going to bring Pablo Fornals into the club. Mark Noble, 8 appearances and an assist. He's never going anywhere. He is declining a bit. He is 33, but he's never going anywhere. Zakaria, 48 appearances, 13 goals, 18 assists, 9 clean sheets. So he has the clean sheet record. He's played very well this year, up to 83 overall. Still only 23, growing. And it looks like he's turning into a really good midfielder. Though, if we bring Fornals in and we move him further back, Zakaria may have to make way with Declan Rice and Pablo Fornals being the combo there. We'll have to see next year around. We may change formation as well, depending on what happens. Onyekuru, 79 overall. The perfect player off the bench. As you can see, 56 appearances, 15 goals, 9 assists. His pace is devastating, and most of those 56 have come right off the bench. He's been very, very good. Felipe Anderson, only 45 appearances because he's had his injuries there. 23 goals, though, and 20 assists. A very, very nice return there. 27, probably won't get too much better, but the best player on the team at the moment. Him and Ismaila Sarr, who's 85 overall now. Only 22 is Ismaila Sarr. 52 appearances, 29 goals, 14 assists, 19 goals in the Premier League. That is incredible stuff from him. He is a brilliant buy. Reynaldo, 79 overall, only 18, 14 appearances, 5 goals, 2 assists. We're going to get him into the team more, especially with Yarmolenko going in January. He had more appearances toward the back end of the season, and he's going to have plenty more coming. Danny Olmo, who did well toward the end of the season as well. 5 goals, 15 assists, up to 81 overall now. He's coming along nicely. Fernandez, who we are probably going to move on, 75 overall, grew up to 10 appearances and 2 assists. Not great. He just doesn't feel overly great. Plus, he had that huge injury in the middle there, so we'll see. Lanzini, 27 overall, 82, or 27, 82 overall. 45 appearances, 15 goals, 14 assists. We may look to move him on and bring in someone of serious quality in that position, mainly because he's not going to get too much better, and while he is a good player, we may look to just really hit that position with the money we get, and hopefully that comes out to something. Antonio, 20 appearances. He's nice to have around. 7 goals, 4 assists. He's 30. He's going to start to decline, so we may look to find another player to go ahead and replace Antonio with. That player who can play all across the front three as he can. He's just seamless in and out of those positions, so hopefully we can find someone just like that. Afulian, I cannot wait for him to go. He actually grew one. I haven't been training. I've accepted every bid that's come in for him. He's just not going anywhere. Arnautovic, 31, 82 overall, 38 appearances, 16 goals, 8 assists. I'm not so sure we're going to move him on just yet. Maybe another year out of Arnautovic before we bring in another striker. He's just too good for me. I love the way he plays. And Lautaro Martinez, 25 goals, 25 assists, and 47 appearances. He didn't score too many toward the back end of the year goals-wise, but he did bring out those assists in the back end and then scored most of his goals at the front end. It's very odd when it comes to goals and assists the way his season went, but 25 and 25 is obviously brilliant. 9 goals in 12 appearances at the Champions League, playing really well in there, and hopefully that continues. He's going to be our top guy. No, we are going to go ahead before the new season starts. Let's go ahead and search Pablo Fornals. He looks like a good player. He's been playing well at the under 20s Euro, 85 overall, valued at 42 million. He can play cam, so maybe he's the one we bring in, and maybe we spend a ton of money on a deeper lying midfielder. If we're gonna go ahead and bring him in and move Lanzini on. But we'll have to see. So we're going to run to the end. I'm just going to cut right to the end of the season. We're going to take a look at what our transfer budget is, and hopefully we get a little bit of money to spend. We've still got 30 million in the bank we haven't spent, so we'll see what happens. But let's just jump cut, and we'll see how much our transfer budget is for the next season. Alright, here we are, guys. The start of the next season. We're just going to accept this and take a look at who or how much our transfer budget is going to be. That was a decent amount of change there should we go on and win this tournament, but we are more interested in the transfers, and as you can see, look at that budget. Oh my god, 174 million pounds, 182 million pounds with the budget churned. Man, we can do a lot with this squad, guys. Tell me in the description who you want us to buy. We are going to buy Pablo Fornals. That is for sure. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a couple players on the list. He can go on loan. What else are we looking at here? Add to transfer list. Add to transfer list. We're going to add these two to the transfer list and then only sell one of them, depending on what happens. And we're going to add you to the transfer list. We're going to add Lanzini. He's on the transfer list already. We're going to add him on because we don't know what's going to happen with Fornals. If Fornals comes in, I think Lanzini's going to be the one to leave because we do have Dani Olmo, who's growing and almost at his level. So we'll have to see. And then Antonio, and then Tony Martinez as well on the transfer list. And we'll have to move to replace a couple of these players. And when it comes to the first, we're going to spend some money on Fornals. And then, what are we looking at here? Do we go out and get another striker? we've got a Kanji here. If we do what the first team is, where's a Kanji? There he is. Retsos onto the bench. Take you out of there. Take you out of there. And do it this way. And this is our lineup at the moment. What are we looking for here? Someone in midfield. We're gonna get someone in up front, or right behind up the striker. That Cam Fornals is gonna be there. Hopefully, maybe we move in and get another huge center back, and then move Oxford on. Maybe. And maybe we do that, so we go 1, 2, 3 in those 3 positions, and then Antonio's replacement. And we'll have to see about it that way. Let me know, guys. Let me know how you guys would go about this situation. But for now, I hope you folks have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. And peace.